Hey everyone, Correct Genes here, and today we've got this little guy. This is the Schlage Primus. It is a 6-pin lock with 5 finger pins that have to be lifted and rotated, similar to the Acid Twin Combi, but a bit more basic in its operation in that it doesn't have the serrated finger pins that the Combi does, and it only has 2 rather than 3 possible lifting heights. The operation works with a sidebar that has these grooves in it. And those finger pins here need to be lifted and rotated such that these cutouts in the back align with these grooves in the sidebar. So, without further ado, let's get it viced up and get it picked. Alright, here we go. Gonna give it a good scramble real quick. And then we will start with the top pins. Alright, there we go. I think that's all of them. Now we'll move on to the finger pins. Loose, loose. Fore is binding. Oh, now he's loose. Yep. 5 is binding. When I lifted him, I think we got him on the first try, so that was lucky. 1 is loose, 2 is binding. Main strategy here is to rotate before lifting, just because there's only 2 heights to these. One of them is basically at the bottom, and it likes to catch even without really being lifted. So look at, alright, 2 is loose. 3 is binding. Yep, and that's it. I guess 1 was already in place a little bit. I guess not a whole lot of interesting instruction to give there. The only thing that would have been different was, I think, finger pin 5 sometimes gives me trouble and drops top pins when I drop it back down, but turned out that didn't need to deal with that this time, so there it is. Let's go ahead and get it. Let's get rid of that light. Okay. So, alright, pick the lock. Locked back up. Got the key here. I'm away from my normal collection right now, but otherwise I would show you the nice cutaway I have with this lock. Forgot to bring it. Oh well. Maybe I'll do a separate video on that if you guys want. I've not gutted this lock before, so it will be interesting to see if I screw it up. Alrighty. I'm assuming that gutting this is going to be similar to an Acid Twin, but you never really know. Alrighty. The top pins in this are all standard, but let's dump them out anyway. First give you a this sidebar here. Not a whole lot to say about it. It's just a bunch of slits that are designed to fit into the finger pins. Sidebar springs. Alright, now let's dump out these pins. Oh, those come out real easy. That's nice. Okay, and now let's do the finger pins. Here's one. You can see it's just like the combi, but without serrations. Come on, focus. There we go. Just like the combi without serrations. And it fits into the sidebar. These slits, just like this. And it must be lifted and rotated for that. Of course, that being sort of the interesting part about this lock. Okay, I'll just stick these down here. Alright, I believe that's all the springs. Here we go. Now for the top pins. These are all just standard little cylinders, nothing too exciting to see here. Alright, and then springs all up in here. There they go. Well, this looked real easy. Is that all 6? Yeah. Alright, so that's all of it right there. We've got our little sidebar channels here. And our key for the photo op. Alright. Yeah, not a whole lot else to say about this. It's fairly standard, you know, finger pin rotating sidebar mechanism. It just fits in place, just like the combi. Other than that, it's just standard top pins. Sorry it wasn't a very instructive pick. Didn't, you know, ask for it to, you know, have shit in place beforehand, but if I get, oh, spring flew over here somehow. Where did this one come from? there's not a 6. Oh, you know what? This is that spring. Silly me. Yeah, not a whole lot else to say about this. If I get one with a more difficult sidebar at some point, I might do another video just to try to be a little bit more informative about the method. But other than that, that's all. Have a good one.